It's happening again. The eon in this human experience where my spirit and body no longer dance in harmony. I can taste on the tip of my senses that it's happening because my body, this earthly, begins to fall asunder, starting from this brain, the control center. There's a fog in my head, that's the first sign. A tangible mass of shit that shouldn't be there, like cotton. It feels like cotton. There's nothing I can do to remove it. It's not an itch I can scratch, not dust on my skin I can brush off, not a wound on my knee I can treat. It's far beyond the reach of my hands, beyond the reach of me. The cloud sits in my head, engulfs my brain. It's like a mass of junk stuffed into my free head spaces, leaving no space for anything else. I cannot think. There's no room for my thoughts to move. They panic, frantic, stir up a ruckus, gasping for air, protesting against the fog. My head is full of cotton. It's heavy. It's heavy. Nothing makes sense that once made sense to me. I reread messages from a conversation I was in before this started, but I cannot understand it. My friend, she's still typing. A new message appears. It's too long. I can tell she's talking about something simple, something I know of and can understand, but I don't understand it. I do not recognize the words she says. And all this, it happens within a matter of minutes, but the concept of time, it founders in these seas. I swipe the conversation away and open another app, where I have begun to share a lot of my musings more unfiltered than it is in my nature to. I feel immediately removed from it. Everyone is talking, angry, arguing about this and that, and these things are immediately foreign to me, distant. I am aware I know of these things, understand them, these ideas, constructs, systems, concepts we talk about and define our earthly lives by. These things we have created to make the human experience more meaningful to us, lest we lose our minds. I watch on as they all speak about these made-up things, and disagree on these made-up things, and get riled up, and angry, and frustrated, and pained at these made-up things. And I wonder why. I know why in some distant way, but I still wonder why. None of it seems real, these things. I'm overwhelmed by the absurdity of it all as I scroll and scroll. The fog sits thicker, thicker, wider, bigger, thicker, until there's no space for me. I want to break free, but from where, through where, to where? I lay down, breathe to clear the fog. They say it helps, but it doesn't really. Less and less and less space for me, and I slip. Removed not only from the things I read, which I know I understand but cannot understand in this moment, but removed also from the body I once understood as an enclosed, unleavable thing. I am not my body, I realize, because I leave it. The fog, it pushes me out. It dawns on me that I am not what I thought I was. I observe it all from a distance, not very far off. Far enough that I know I am severed from my vessel, but close enough to know I am still associated with it in some form. I observe my body, observe my surroundings, and all the surreal, made-up things riddling it. Oh, you dissociate? No, I don't think so. I don't know what it's like to do that. I describe it to her, my new friend. I made a new friend online. We speak deeply about things like we've known each other for years. I describe these moments where I writhe on my bed, uncomfortable within my body, the spaciness I feel. I tell her how I don't feel here, that everything I once knew falls apart into its atomic forms before me, and I question the things I know because I don't know them anymore, although I know them. She listens without judgment. This is why I like him. She says casually, yes, that's what it means to dissociate. But I still don't think so. Although I don't have a name for these experiences of mine. My idea of dissociating is of the people with the many people within them. One leaves and one takes over. But me, I leave and just leave. This new information scares me, the possibility of it, because it's not what I know. It is not what I know of myself, which is already too heavy for me to carry, too complex for me to understand or control. It scares me for a long time, what she said. My mother, she knows there's something wrong. I can tell by the way she looks at me, the despair in her eyes. There's a wall between me and her, invisible, yet made of 1,000 solid panes. She sits on my bed and watches me. Her voice is loving and comforting. Please show me what to do. The wall is bricks, blown to smithereens, Jericho. Tears fall down my eyes past the broken dam. They flow to the other side where she stood for years, waiting. She holds me in her arms as I cry and cry and cry. Love flows from her body and into mine, in a language that transcends mere talking. She clears my table of the clutter drowning it, days and days of rubbish and decayed food. When I come back, she says, I'll remove all these clothes on your bed. Love is healing, I share online. And I know I don't mean it in any performative way, because I feel within my body that I am better than the time before she walked in, when I wailed and cursed and clawed at the barren store of love in my spirit. People are moved, and they comment, happy with this mother that holds her adult child in her arms as she cries, who cleans her adult child's room, who recognizes her adult child's pain. They send me their love, their comfort, their kind words, their money, their love. Get your head up immediately. Let me buy you lunch. What does support look like to you? I marvel at the essence of community. It gives me strength for the morning, for I bathe with soap and a sponge today. I go outside for the first time in a long time. My clothes are not clean. I find a garden, and I bask in it in a joy I had never once felt before. My friend meets me. He listens to me ramble, watches me cry, listens to me ramble again. I know I say a lot of strange shits, but he never flinches. This is why I like him. We sit under the trees, heedless of time passing us by. We eat a lot of comfort food. He takes a picture of me while I laugh and shows it to me. I don't feel associated with the face in the picture, it's person. The mirth fades from my eyes as he leaves. When the darkness of night comes, my lover asks me, would you like me to make you a sandwich? We sit in a loud silence, looking but not speaking. The air between us sits heavy, a medley of anger and neglect and anguish and love and love and love. When I get home, I move aside the pile of clothes on my bed and sleep. I feel good when I wake up the next day. I record it in my journal. 12:02 p.m., trying to do some work. I open my laptop. 12:17 p.m., I feel backseated again. Feels like I'm slipping farther away, far, far away. I close my laptop. 12-something p.m., crying, fighting it. I was okay just minutes ago. 2-something p.m., I'm having such a hard time. I sip a brew of God's plans and observe myself ascend into a different state of consciousness, of being. My senses open up before me, acutely sentient of all that's been there that I never perceived before. Music courses through my body, its waves of sound one with the wave of me. The taste of food is heavily ambrosia upon my tongue. I feel grounded, in control, for the first time since this aeon began. I smile and laugh for the first time since this aeon began. I observe my ego fall away, and everything I once knew as a part of myself with it. The next morning, I am back from my accent, plunged back into my reality, deeper in its throes. I write in my journal, feels like my brain is rotting. My internet friend sends me a message, the one who understands me. She talks about emotions and the suppressing of them. I talk about emotions and the expressing of them. I tell her about the episodes, the searing pain in my chest, the weight of the world on my shoulders. I tell her about how it starts with a small sadness and then spirals into 1,000 heavy cares. Pain consumes me like a fire, eating away at my brain, at my heart, my body, beyond my body. I curse my very existence, which I don't have the courage to end, for I know well it never does. My body is too small a place for my being, too weak a vessel for its ways. It withers, it breaks, it breaks. My mother sees me, my hands on my head, my body on the kitchen floor. She holds me, she cries, I cry, as love pours from her body into mine, piecing me together. I go stay with my friend, the one by the beach. I dip my body in the water, give myself to the sea as an offering. And while I bathe, her waves speak to me, become one with me, and in that moment I understand that to leave my body is to be free. My friend joins me in the water. I see you blooming, friend, she says. 1 step forward, a million steps back, I say. But she shakes her small head. To grow, my friend, self needs to fall away. And you, my friend, you're flourishing. You're flourishing.
Everything already